Good day everyone. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you the part 5 of a series of videos that I've already published because I already published 4 different videos. That was part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. But in today's tutorial, I'm going to be talking about the part 5 of a series of videos that I already published. It is about C# full project where I've already explained how to implement an employee management and payroll system where it was possible to give loan to the employees within the company. We have seen with the previous video how to do deduction after we've given some loan to the employees when it is time to do the payroll system. And all these things, all this system that I managed to implement, it's working using SQL Server as database management system. So I already published part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. This is going to be about part 5. So for you to fully understand the purpose of this video, I will please recommend you to try to watch from part 1 to part 4 because this is going to be part 5. Okay? So without further ado, let me try to explain to you what is going to be about on this part 5 of this video. So on my previous video, in my previous videos, sorry, uh, I did some demonstrations, give some explanations because with you, with those who have been watching these videos, we've managed to create this full working system. So let me try just to quickly log into the system. So for instance, we were able to create new job card. This is what we've implemented and then we've built already uh, with the previous video. For instance, we are also able to register new employees within the company and so forth. And we were also able to give some loan to the employees. And also we've seen how to implement a payroll system with this form that will helps us to do the payroll system. So all these things we've seen them with the previous videos. So that's why I'm saying for you to fully understand the purpose of this video, please go to my YouTube channel so that you can be able to understand what I'm talking about because it's a series of videos. I've already published part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And part 5 will be focusing on the menu. As you can see here, this is the menu with all the different services that we are able to offer in the company. We can do the new job card, for instance. In this menu gives us opportunity to pay, for instance, to print pay slip. This is what this menu helps us, or this is what this menu is helping us to do. All right, so this menu contains all the informations that are inside database, that are inside the system, and then it gives us opportunity to manipulate data. It gives us also opportunity to go through the entire process of the software so that you can make use of it in the way we want to. But there's something particular with this menu. For instance, this menu has got 2 different aspects here. It is about file, consult, printing, and management. This management part, it is only displayed if the user has logged as admin. So if it's somebody else, if it's not a admin, that person will not be able to see this management trip menu. For instance, this management tool strip menu, I wanted to say. And this menu contains sensitive information about the business. For instance, this menu allows you to do the pay slip. This menu allows you to give some loan to the company. to the to the employees. Sorry, I wanted to say this menu also allows you to do the payroll. So these are the sensitive part of the company. That is the reason why not everyone can get access to it. If I try to close this menu and then I launch the software one more time, if I log as Diego, not as admin, let's say this is my credential, me quickly put my password here. I put my password, I validate it. We can see it gives me option to file. I mean, it gives me access to file, and within file, I can create no job card. I can consult the job card, the clients, the items that we are able to sell or to provide in our company. I can also print the job card. That's it. Since I've logged as Diego, not as admin, I don't have access to management here. Remember, there was a menu, there was a tool strip menu named management, which gives me access to the informations which are sensitive within the company. But since I am logged not as admin, but as somebody else, I don't have access here. All right. So this is what is going to be about on this video. So we're going to be um, demonstrating. I am going to demonstrate with you how to create the system that will give authentication, that will give authorization to the users who are going to be using this software in their computers. And we're going to give them some access, and we're also going to prevent them from having um, access to a certain kind of informations that we need to be secret within the company. So I'm going to launch the software that I've been building with you. I'll just open it. So right now, if I click on start, it is going to, instead of giving me login form, it will give me a different form. So the startup page or the startup form is different. It's something totally different. It was supposed to give me login form, but now it is giving me the editing of job card. This is one of the last form that I've created with the video that I already published. I'm talking about fourth part of the series of videos. But this is not how I wanted this software to behave. I wanted this software to behave in such a way that once I execute or once I launch the software, it has to give me, first of all, a login form. And after I manage to log, the login form should give me access to a menu. So inside the menu, that is where I will find each and every single other forms that I have created. For instance, job card, um, payroll system, the printing page, all those forms have to be inside the menu. But as for now, the forms that I have created are not inside the menu. That is the reason why I have to start by structuring this software in such a way that once I launch it, first of all, the login page has to be displayed, and after I'm logged, login page will give me access to menu. It's only once I get menu, that is where I'll go for whatever thing I want to do in the software. If I want to do the editing of job card, I'll go for this form. For instance, if I wanna print out job card, I'll go for something totally different. Or also, if I want to do the payroll system, I will go for the payroll system. All right, so it has to be structured. So for this software to behave in that way, I have to close these forms first of all, then I'll stop my software. Let me try to save any change maybe that has been done so that I don't lose anything. So because by launching the software, it is starting by giving me another form, I have to fix something here. That is getting this login form to be started before any other form once the software is launched. Okay, so I'll come to uh, I'll come to programs.cs. This is the one. Once I click here, we can see in between here, inside here, we can see it is FM job card form that has been declared, that has been called. That is the reason why once I execute the software, it is starting with the job, this form. But I want the login page to be the first page, to be the startup page as it works. So I'm just looking for login form. Here it is. No, sorry, it's here. I'll copy the way it is written. I copy it. Then I come to this place here. Instead of FM job card, which stands for form job card, I'll paste the form that handles the login form. So let me start. There we go. So I've started. We can see now we are now able to start with the login form as the startup page. Let me try to log. I'll log as admin. Sorry. Then I'll put my password here. Okay, now we are getting there. So we can see that login form was the first form to be launched once the software is executed. And then after we've managed to put the credentials which are correct, now the login form has given us access to the menu. But for now, this menu is a bit useless because it's got tools, tool trips menu, but these are useless for now. That means that we have to program them. We have to put some code here so we can be able to make use of it. For instance, once we click on file, it will give you access to new job card. But if I click on job card, it's not pulling any job card because I haven't put any source code which will make which will call job card to be displayed here. Okay, let me go for that for instance. So I'll go to my menu. Now we are starting to structure our system so that it can work in a proper way. Let me go to menu. Here it is. Just going to double click on it, and then I come on file, I select new, I click on it, it gives me option to job card, then I double click on job card. All right, so now I'm done putting some code in order to call different forms through to call the different forms to our menu so we can be able to manipulate them. Let me try to start our software. I'm just going to log and make use of the menu and see if we are now able to use different form through the menu. So I come to file, I click on new job card. Okay, this was working already. So I can just close it or let me come to consult a new job card. Did I? All right, it's working perfectly now. Consult clients. This one I forgot to put it, but anyway, it's not a problem. Let me go to printing, try to print payslip. All right, so I managed to also make use of payslip. Okay, so we are getting there. We are doing great. And now this menu now allows us uh, to make use of different forms that we have in our database. Okay, for instance, we can make use of new employee, which is this form here. So but we can see there's some weakness here. Let me try to close this software here. I'm just going to save any other modification that I've done. So I'm going to start again. If I try to log as admin, I'll get access to all the feature that are inside the system here, inside our system. If I sign as admin, sorry, I did not put the correct information here. Let me say admin. If I click on sign in, then I'm able to make use of everything that is here. For file, I can see file. Within file, I can create new job card. I can see consult, printing, management. And as I said, this is the most part that has sensitive informations about our company, this management menu. So I'm logged as admin. I have access to everything. Let me log out. So I'm now going to log in as somebody different. I'll start my software. Then let me put different credentials, not like admin. So I'm going to log, but I won't be admin. Let me be, for instance, Diego. Sorry. Okay. Then I put my password. I'm not admin. You can see here it says Diego is not admin. So I click on sign in. Still, I still have access to the entire software. I can see management side here, where uh, there is payslip, where there is payroll system. These are sensitive informations in our company. So we don't want things to be like this. We need things in such a way that only admin can get access to, for instance, to payroll. Payroll, not only payroll. So we need that. We need this system to behave in such a way that only admin has access to this part here. Only admin. If, for instance, am logged in as Diego, I must not be able to see this menu here. So this is what we, according to our software, we call authentication or authorization, giving authorization to users with some limitations so that they don't have, if a user is different, is not an admin, that user might not have access to the entire software. He has to be limited. But as for now, we can see anybody who has access to this software has access to everything. A risk. We don't need things to be done in this way. So how do we go about fixing this issue? By giving some limitations, by giving full access or full control of the software to the admin. So how do we go about that? Well, let me take you through that. So I'm going to close here. I'm going to close here. I'll come to my login form first of all. Where is the login form? Here it is. I double click on it. There are a few things that I have to do here on a login form. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I have to create a parameter. I'll call that parameter string username. String username. Because we're going to play with username. A username has to be admin for that person to get access to the full software. So the parameter which I just create, I named it string. I named it a string username, okay? Because I'm going to make use of it. Then I'll come back here. I would say I have to create a label which I'll make use of it, okay? I'll say username, just this one, equals label. How do I call that label? Well, I already named that label. Let me just use the way it is so that I don't forget. Okay, I want this label to be called like this. I'll create a label with our name, which I'll name it label log. So sorry, I come back to my Visual Studio here. Equal this dots text. Then I close it. I know there's no such label which exists in my database, in my system. That is the reason why is underlining it, because he does not recognize it, but it's okay. Just going to use that label. So that label, let me put it here on this login form. Sorry, on this menu. I'll come to let me go to view. Toolbox. Sorry, look for label. Take this label here. Just going to paste it here. And then let me name it, sorry, just made a mistake there. This is how I'm going to name it. I'm going to name also here, name property of it. It has to be called also label log. All right. Let me go to logging form. I'm going to click inside here. It's still underlying it. I'm going to fix it. I just realized that I made a mistake. The informations that I put here by creating a parameter, naming it as a string username, I shouldn't put these informations here right away. They were supposed to be actually inside MDI parents. So I'll do this. Let me just get rid of it, and then I remove them. This is how it was. All right. I go to MDR parents, then I click on it. I come here. Okay, this is why I was supposed to create a parameter, a string username. Sorry. Okay. Then I have to say label log. This is the one. Dot text will be equal to username. All right. And I put semicolon here. Okay. I think it's fine. Then I have to create a method, and I would call that method authorization. But actually, instead of typing that method, because I already created, I already created that method. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. So where is the method here? The method, here it is. Just copy it as it is here. Then I'll copy it in my Visual Studio. Okay. I will now make use of that method. It has to be on the load events. Semicolon here. I think it's fine. So the condition is this one. If label log, I mean, by label log, I'm referring to this label here. Which label? This one here. And this label is on the menu. This is the label I'm talking about, okay? So I'm going to explain to you how it's going to work. So the condition is this. If the text that appeared on the label is admin, and then management tool strip menu item. By management tool strip menu item, I'm referring to this strip menu here. All right, this strip menu, it is called management. Let me get back to code editor, to the text editor. So I'm saying that if the this label has as value admin, or if the name of the user that we have entered when we log our informations is admin, and that name admin is going to be affected, or is going to be displayed on the label named label text. And if that is the case, then management tool strip menu item will be visible. So that means that if the information that we put on our username is admin, otherwise, if the person who is logged is admin, then that person will have access to the management tool strip menu item. That is the reason why it says if label.text equals admin, then management tool strip menu item dot visible will be true. If that's not the case, if I try to log not like not like as admin but like Diego, what is going to happen? This is what is going to happen. That is why the condition continues by saying else. That means that if I'm different than admin, management tool strip menu item will not going to be visible. Okay, so let me try. Going to start here. Then I will log as a. I can see already there's an error here which I have to fix. So error is this one. It said there's no arguments that correspond to the required formal parameter username of MDI parent blah blah. I see the reason why. I see the reason why is throwing this exception. Actually, but I was supposed to specify in my database because the idea is that uh, it has to be a comparison between the informations that is uh, entered using this form, username here, and a password. It is about username and a password. So we are trying to compare if the informations that are inside the database are matching the information which we just enter by using this form here. Okay, so since we did not make use of database, we did not do that comparison in a way that we were supposed to do it. That is the reason why is throwing this exception here. Let me get back to that red line here. All right. So what we need to do here, we have to specify the location into our database exactly at which row or which cell or which range are we talking about username and password. But mostly here it is about username, either it's admin or somebody else. So we have to specify here the information regarding that username into the database, which will do the comparison, and then it will determine if we are admin or we are somebody else. So the only way to fix it, I have to make use to the database. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have to open the database so I can determine in which columns or which fields we are referring to. By field, I'm talking about the field of the username because there should be two different fields there, the one for username and the password. But here I am referring to the username, so I have to go back to the database and determine which field I'm referring to in order to match up with the information that we are putting on our code here, so we can be able to have a successful um, a working system. But before going to database, just going to make use of the data table. Okay, how do I name my data table? DTBL, which is data table. So I'll put dot row here, rows. Okay, then I'll pass this bracket here. Let's say dots. This one. That's going to be string. No, it's going to be to string. Actually, let me leave it as it is for now. Sorry, it's a mistake here. Okay. To string. All right. Okay. So here it's underlining because I have to pass the value inside here regarding the field in our database. So let me open my database first. I'm just going to launch Microsoft Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio to see which range found the information I'm talking about or which fields if it is the first field or the second field to determine. All right, SQL Server is opened. We go to the database. Okay, which database I'm referring to? I'm talking about a DP app1. Just waiting for it. It's loading. Okay, DB app1. This is the one. So the table which I want to work on is should be named TB log. Where it is, we try to open it. This should be the one. Then I open here because it is about users. Yeah, it is this table here. This is the one. Okay. All right. So it's the first range or the first field, but normally in the SQL Server, although this is on the first range, but it is not actually the first one. So it represents 0 here normally. So I'm not gonna put 1, but I would rather put 0. All right. So let me come to my SQL. Let me come to my Visual Studio. So here I'll put 0, and then 0 also here. So it should be a point here. Okay, the string. All right, seems to be fine now. It's already fixed it, so there won't be use of this parameter anymore because I already put it on many form. I think now it should be fine. Let me go to start. Wait for it. Okay, we can see here the compiler does not show any error anymore. So there's no error, which means things are good. But let's try to log. I'm gonna log as admin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go to admin. Okay, which is good. So here you can see that label shows that I am logged as admin, the label that we just created. And since I am logged as admin, you can see I'm able to see this management menu because I'm admin here as it shows. So let me try to get out of this place here, and then just going to log one more time, but this time around I'm not going to log as admin. I will log as Diego. Then you'll see if I will not be able to see the management menu. So I would say Diego, sorry. Okay, and I put my password. Me log as Diego. As we can see, there we go. So I'm logged as Diego, but due to the fact that I'm logged as Diego, I'm not admin, I have not access to management menu. So we can see that the danger has been put aside because if I am not admin, I don't know about any payroll system. I don't know about any loan that the company is able to give to X or Y worker within the company. So this is what was about the information I wanted to share with you regarding the part 5 of a series of videos. So today we have been able to give some access to users. If someone is admin, then it's got access to the entire software. If that person is not admin, is somebody else, is another user or is another normal user, that person will not be able to get access to all to the entirety of the software because that person will have some limited access. Okay, so Thanks guys. If you like this video, I'd like please ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is the only way you can encourage me to do more in publishing video. So if you like this video, subscribe on my YouTube channel. Please give me some thumbs up. If it's possible, do some comments on the video that you watched, and then if you like it. So if you got any other question, or you want to get some few source code of regarding the way I have come to implement the system, please guys feel free to ask me. I do give some code to people. I don't mind doing that because I'd like you also to succeed in what you are doing. Thanks a lot guys. See you in the next video.